All right, so I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to tell one more story, and then after it, I may mention something about current geopolitical things that are insane. But, I told you about Stan, who was the person who drove Bob away from the incident after he had beaten the living daylights out of someone who deserved it. Um, but this story is about Stan. Stan got a girlfriend, his first serious girlfriend, in the 11th grade, our junior year. And he became very defensive of anything concerning this particular individual whom he was dating. Another guy named, we call him Sam. Sam had said something about her hair, I think. I want to say it was about her hair, but I honestly can't remember what the issue was that started everything. I want to say that's what started it, and it just kind of escalated. But they decided that they're going to have a fight. They're going to have a fight behind this particular individual's house. Another one who was a girl whose father worked night shift, and she knew that no one would be there except for me for a while, but she knew nobody would be there. And so they decided to have this fight there. The day of this fight, I lived in the middle of town, and Stan was driving by my house to a stoplight in the middle of town and slammed on his brakes when he saw Sam out there talking to me, and ran up, and he almost hit him in my driveway. And I said, "You cannot do this here. You can't do it. You can't do it." So they yelled at one another. They cursed at one another. And they said, "Okay, I'll see you tonight. I'll see you tonight." So it's on. They're going to have the fight behind this girl's house. Now, the thing about this girl's house is, if you walk out the back, there is the backyard. But above that, there's this raised area with brick. It's like a half circle of brick around the back. And it's like a perfect arena. If you wanted an arena for something, this would be it. Now, I don't know how this happened, but somehow hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people, found out about this fight that was about to occur this night. People were bringing their cases of beer to set up. There were people all around. If you've seen the movie Gladiator, the Roman Colosseum, it was similar to that. People were all around. It was up and lifted up above this. And so this thing had been hyped up. It had been talked about in the school. It had been talked about everywhere. And it's about to happen. And so Sam, who Stan is about to fight, he comes up. And like I said, he'd been at my house a little bit earlier. His brother brings him up because he had been drinking a good bit of Jack Daniels. And keep in mind that Sam is on crutches. I don't remember what he had done to his ankle, but Sam is on crutches. Now, it wasn't a big deal. He wasn't seriously injured or anything. But he comes to the fight on crutches. And so if you can imagine this, there is a semicircle of people around watching what's about to happen, going on down below. Stan is already there because this house is friends with his current girlfriend. And so he's already there. Stan gets dropped off by his brother. His brother comes up and is in the crowd, the melee around the house. And the crowd parts and gives him a way to walk down into that low area where there's an arena. Seriously, there is an arena around here. So the crowd parts and lets him walk down with his crutches down to the area where he and Stan are supposed to fight. And I will never forget this as long as I live. Stan comes out the back door. Sam says nothing. He throws his crutches down. And then Stan says, "Well, this all got started because you're running your mouth." And Sam said, "Well, there's not going to be any more talking now." and he knocks the shit out of Stan, who is my friend. And so this sort of stunned Stan, it seemed to me. And Stan proceeded to beat the damn daylights out of, and they went back and forth for a moment, but after Stan got hit by Sam, that was kind of it. Stan proceeded to beat the hell out of Sam and got him on the ground. It took a minute. It took a minute. They fought for a minute. They stood up, but then he got him on the ground. He was fighting him, and he was winning, clearly winning the fight. Stan was. Then the guy's brother, Sam's brother, jumped off of the top rail. Top rail, I guess you could call it the top brick. Jumped down after his brother was pinned. After Stan had Sam pinned on the ground and was hitting him, his brother, Sam's brother, jumped down and started waylaying on the backside of Stan. And I won't ever forget this girl named Tori. She just screamed out, "Blackety black, name, you ducker." I said, "Duck. You ducker." And then it was like, you see, if you've ever seen a baseball fight, everybody just consumed in there. And this is like 200 or 300 people. Everybody got in there. Everybody jumped in, and I didn't know where anybody was. Nobody really could see the two people who were actually fighting anymore. It just came in there, and everybody was pulling people away. This little kid decided he was going to start pulling people away, and later he'd be like, I got in there and helped you. I got in there and helped you. Talking about helping Sam. Anyway, once Sam's brother jumped in, it was not really a fight anymore. It was more of that pulling people off. But it was a good fight for about 30 seconds. And then Stan started to beat the shit out of Sam. And then everybody jumped in. One of those things you won't ever forget from high school.